Good day. Today we will have your classroom orientation for the short term of 2025. Okay, before we move on, please note that your course here is the subject that you are enrolled to. Okay, when I say major, that is your BSMLS degree. That is your degree. Again, when I say course, that is the subject. And then when I say major, that is your BSMLS degree. Okay, and so yes, your course, the instructor, my name, and then my consultation time will be posted on our Google Class. Okay, and so later on, please note. Okay, and so because for the consultation time, I have yet to check. Okay, and so my most free time to entertain you guys. Okay, and so moving on to your course requirements, you have your attendance, your quizzes, your seat works, your assignments, your recitation. I might give it one. And then laboratory activities for courses or classes that have a laboratory part. And then a periodical exam. Okay. Periodical exam. Also, we'll take a look at your grooming and uniform here together with the grading system. Okay. Your attendance. Okay. You must attend classes regularly. You must attend your classes regularly. Okay, attend your classes regularly. As for today, short term, for the short term, for the lecture ones, we will meet every day. Okay, and so you need to attend your classes regularly. Do not be absent because if you miss to report to class, then you might as well miss activities or quizzes. Okay, and so yes, please note that a 3 hours of absence you will be dropped from the class. Meaning, okay, you need to process a readmission for you to enter the class. Okay, and so 3 hours of absence, you will be dropped from the class. And for you to again enter the class, you need to process for a readmission. Okay, and so please note that this 3 hours of absence is either accumulated or in one sitting. Okay, accumulated, let's say for a 1 hour class. Okay, and so that meets every day. Okay, and so 1 hour class that meets every day. Let's say, for example, you were absent Monday and then you reported Wednesday. And then you were absent Friday again. And then the following Monday, you were absent again. That is an accumulated 3 hours. Okay, meaning you will be dropped from the class. What about one sitting here? In one sitting, that is, let's take a look at your 3 hour laboratory class, or if you have a 3 hour lecture class and you missed or you did not report or you were absent on the 3 hour lecture or laboratory class, then that is one sitting. You already have 3 hours of absence. Okay, with that, you need to process readmission. Okay, and so please note here that 3 lates is equal to 1 absence. Okay, and so yes, in order for you to attend your class, if you have 3 hours of absence, you need to process for readmission. Okay, and so again, please attend your classes regularly because you might miss a quiz, a recitation, or whatever that your teacher will give you. Okay, and so please note your attendance is important. Okay, and by the way, there are excused absences. Okay, you have here your excused absences, you have your absence due to health related conditions like let's say for example you are hospitalized, okay, or you had an accident, okay, and so yes, or you got sick and hospitalized or whatever, okay, and so for your health related conditions. Okay, and so what do you need here is you need to present a valid medical certificate. Please, again, in absences due to health-related conditions, you need to present a valid medical certificate. Okay, you need to present a valid medical certificate, not the fake med cert. Not a fake med cert. Hindi po yung gawa-gawa lang na mga medical certificate. I need here a valid medical certificate, not an excused letter. Again, you need to present a valid medical certificate, not an excuse letter. In the medical certificate, it should state, okay, and so the day, okay, and so that you were requested to that the doctor that you were requested to bed rest or your days of confinement. Okay, and so or the days that you were sick. Okay, and then absence due to the death of immediate family member. Please note that when you say immediate, you have here your immediate means your parents and your sibs, your mother, your father, your brother, and your sister. Accordingly, accordingly, your lolo, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt, they are not your immediate family member. Death of your pet, please note, they are not excused. Death of your pet is not excused. Okay, and so please present in case of such. Okay, death of immediate family member, you need to present a what you call this death certificate of the deceased, of course. A death certificate of the deceased. Okay, and so for this one. But then in case, I'm not really strict with this one, death of immediate family member. Okay, and so if namatayan ka ng lolo, lola, or cousin, okay, and so you just what you call this, talk to me, papayagan naman kita. Okay, and so in this case. And then you have your absence due to legal proceedings. Absence due to legal proceedings, like you were summoned by the court, you present a subpoena or its equivalent. Okay, you present a subpoena or its equivalent. You were summoned by the court. The court needs your statement on a case or whatsoever. Then you need to present a subpoena or its equivalent. Of course, do not present me a fake one. And then university or school activities that you are part of. Usually in this case, the office will give us or endorse us a letter. Okay, and so about university or school activities that you are part of. Let's say, for example, okay, and so let's say, for example, during the intramurals, okay, and so you are a chess player, you are a badminton player, okay, and so the school or the office will present us a letter. Okay, and so about such events. Okay, of course, stating that you are excused, okay, due to such event. Okay, and so yes, in case that you were absent. Okay, and so please note that, okay, and so pagkabalik mo po sa klase, pagkabalik mo po sa class, okay, and so you approach me during my consultation time, and to you need to comply within 3 days. Okay, you need to comply within 3 days. Failure to do so, okay, and so forfeited na po yung chance. Okay, again, okay, once na nakabalik ka na po, and then nakausap mo na ako, you need to comply within 3 days. Again, failure to do so, then your opportunity is forfeited. Okay, let's say for example, okay, may na-miss kang quiz. Okay, pagkabalik mo, puntahan mo na ako. Kausapin mo na ako. And then, from that time on, mag-start na po ang counting natin ng 3 days. Okay? If failure again to do such, then mafo-forfeit na po yung chance. Okay? Please note that one. Okay, and so you have your excused absences, your absence due to health-related conditions, you present a valid medical certificate. Please, huwag pong mag-present ng fake. Okay, and then absence due to death of immediate family member, present a death certificate of the deceased, and absence due to legal proceedings. Okay, you present a subpoena or its equivalent, and then university or school activities that you are part of. Okay, and so these are excused absences. Okay, and you need to comply within 3 days. Failure to comply within 3 days, the chance is forfeited. Okay? And then you have your quizzes. Okay? Please note or please expect for a quiz every meeting. Expect for a quiz every meeting. Okay, and so please note, masipag po akong magbigay ng quiz. Masipag po akong gumawa ng quiz. Masipag po akong magbigay ng quiz. Okay, and so with that, please do not ask me if my quiz bukas, my quiz next meeting. Okay, and so please note of this. Expect for a quiz every meeting. Again, do not ask me, do not come to me asking, Sir, may quiz po ba tomorrow? Sir, may quiz po ba next meeting? As such. Usually in quizzes, for the quizzes, okay, so that is about the past. The coverage is about the past, the previous topic that we have tackled, discussed. Okay, I rarely include future. Okay, and so about quizzes again, it is usually about the past or the previous lesson that we discussed. Okay, and so yes, I gave identification. Usually, most of the time it is identification. Sometimes there is true or false, and rarely multiple choice for the quizzes. Okay, please expect this one. Okay, and please note, don't forget that in the university, our cut-off score or our passing score is 70%. So let's take a look at this example. Nagbigay po si teacher ng quiz na 10 points total. Total of 10 points. 70% of 10 is 7. That is the passing. So dapat your goal should have a score of greater than 7 in a 10-point quiz. Okay, and so your goal should always be greater than the 70% passing score. Okay, and so that is for your quizzes. Again, you expect for a quiz every meeting, and please note that there should be no erasures and superimpositions in your answers. Because if there is an erasure or if there is a superimposition, they are considered wrong. Erasures and superimpositions are considered wrong. Okay, and so erasure. Nagkamali ka ng spelling and erase mo. There is a close in or nagkamali ka ng spelling or pinalitan mo yung sagot, nagkaroon ka ng close in open parenthesis or crinos out mo siya, that is an erasure. Crinos out mo yung isang letra, that is an erasure. Superimposition, nag-insert ka or inalter mo, you altered the letter, that is a superimposition. Those are considered wrong. Okay, and yes, please note that you use blue or black permanent pen. Use blue or black permanent pen. Okay, and so do not use friction pen. Okay, do not use friction pen. Do not use pencil. Okay, do not use friction pen and do not use pencil. Do not use red ink also, okay, in writing your answers. Okay, and so for your quizzes. Please note 70% is the passing score. That is the magic number. Okay, and so for your quizzes. Okay, moving on. You have here your periodic examination or periodical examination. For the short term, you have two periodic exams. You have the first grading and the finals. Okay, and so you have first grading and the finals. In contrast with the regular term, you have, if you have three, you have first grading, midterms, and finals. But then for short term, you only have two. You have your first grading and the final grading period. Okay, and so usually, again, for this one, periodical examination, I usually I construct my questions, I get questions from the past, from the previous, those that we covered in the first grading. Okay, and please note that 70% is the passing score pa rin. Okay, and so that is the magic number. Okay, don't forget, 70% is the passing score. Okay, 70% is the passing score. Okay, and for periodic examination, okay, I usually give here multiple choice. Multiple choice type po, best answer variety. Okay, for the periodic exam. Okay, at times, nagbibigay po ako ng matching type and modified true or false for the periodic exam. Okay, and yes, how many items? Usually 100 and 100 beyond. Okay, assignments and seat works. I rarely give assignments and seat works. Rare po. Okay, and so but then if as such, okay, and so please make use of blue or black permanent pen. And then don't forget to write your names, of course. And you include references if possible. If you were asked to discuss about this and that, let's say, for example, discuss about your skin cells. Okay, and so you need to write the question. Okay, and then the answer followed by the reference. Question, answer, and followed by the reference. Reference should be in red ink. References, if possible, if it requires references, then you need to write your reference in red ink. Okay, so but then if you were asked about your opinion naman, no need to write a reference. Unless, of course, you lifted it from the internet, no? And then please note again that 70% is the passing score for this. Sa lahat po ng assessments nyo, 70% is the passing score. Okay? And so, yes, in laboratory in courses that has laboratory portion, okay, and so please note it applies also. 70% is the passing score, regardless if that is a activity, a what they call this, enrichment question, or a quiz or assessment. 70% is the cutoff score pa rin po. Okay, so that is for your periodical examination, assignments, and seat works. Okay, and so yes, let's move on to your grading system. For the grading system at the university, it uses your cumulative grading system or cumulative system of computing grades. Okay, and so we'll take a look at that for cumulative. Okay, and so yes. And please note, paulit-ulit po nating sinasabi, you have a 70% cutoff score. 70% cutoff score. Example, you have an example given here for a 20-point quiz. Okay, and so the 70% is 14. Okay, and so your target should be 14 or greater. Okay, and so for a 200 points, 70% of that is 140. Okay, and please note in the transmutation table, 70% is equal to a grade of 75. Okay, that 70% is equal to a grade of 75. Please note, your grades can go as high as 99. Okay, that is our ceiling grade. Your grades can go as high as 99. Your lowest possible grade is 65, and that is a failing grade. Okay, and the passing grade is 75. Okay, and so for your grading system, please note, okay, and so for the laboratory or major or laboratory for major or your professional or your core subjects or your professional major or core subjects that has laboratory, okay, and so please note that there is a 70-30 na tinatawag. 70%, okay, and so the laboratory grade is divided into two actually. You have your class standing as what you call, and then your experiments and enrichment questions will fall under the 30%. Okay, 70% will come from your quizzes and exams, and then 30% will come from your experiments and enrichment question. That is for the laboratory. 70-30 making it 100%. Please note, the 70% or what you call as your class standing, it comprises your quizzes, your exams, and your practical exams. Okay, for the 30%, that is from your experiments, your activities, and your enrichment question. Okay, and so for your laboratory grade, please note that 70% cutoff score applies. Okay, 70% cutoff score applies. Malaki po ang hila, malaki pong portion ng quizzes and exam dito. Okay, and then for the computation of your professional courses with laboratory component or core courses with laboratory component like your humanistology, your biochemistry, okay, and so you have a combined lecture and laboratory grade for this. Okay, and so 50% will come from the lecture and 50% will come from the laboratory. Okay, and so 50% will come from the lecture and 50% will come from the laboratory. Okay, and yes, that is for your professional courses with laboratory component. For lecture only, wala pong 50-50. Okay, and so for lecture, wala pong 50-50. Okay, and so running score lang po yon. Okay, you just need to add quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, quiz 4 plus exam, and then yung transmutation table na po ang bahala. Please note again, 70% cutoff score. Okay, and so that is for your grading. Okay, cumulative grading. Cumulative system of computing grades is utilized by the university. Final grade is computed by getting 1/3 of the first grading grade plus 2/3 of the tentative final grade to get your final grade. That final grade will determine if you are passed or failed. Okay, your first grading grade here is tentative. Okay, and so it is not a guarantee that it is not your first grading grade is not a guarantee of a P mark in the finals. Okay, and so that is for your cumulative grading system. Cheating. Cheating in uniform is not allowed in any academic or educational institution. Here are just a few examples of cheating. The use of cheat sheets, código, as what you call, side glancing, okay, talking with seatmates, the use of phone during exams and quizzes. Those are use of smartwatch, okay, and so during exams and quizzes. Okay, and so those are just few examples of cheating. Please note that students who are caught cheating or committing dishonest behavior or dishonest acts shall be reported to the office, to the deans, to the office of the student affairs. Okay, and so again, if you're caught, then you will be reported. Okay, and so of course, I will make an incident report and then send it to OSA. Okay, and so for this one. Okay, and so yes, what are your what do you call this? Your uh sanctions for this one. First offense of cheating. Okay, and so first offense. Okay, and so you will be suspended or okay, and so no credit in the activity. You will be suspended or there is no credit in the activity. Mazi-zero ka po. Okay, and so inulot mo ulit. Nagkodigo ka ulit. Okay, and so then exclusion na po the next time. Okay, and so you will be excluded. Okay, and so that is for cheating. Okay, and so yes, please don't ever try. Your gadgets, use of phones and handheld devices. Please put your phone on silent mode. Okay, and so if you are doing something during lectures, if nanonood ka, please put it in a silent mode na lang. Okay, so do not use phones during lectures or discussions. And please keep your voice at a minimum level if nagchichikahan lang kayo ng katabi mo dyan. Okay, again, please keep your voice at a minimum level unless you want to share sa buong klase ang pinag-uusapan nyo. Okay, and so that is for your gadgets and of course your voice. Okay, and so grooming and uniform. You have here your grooming and uniform. You have your complete set of white uniform and a black leather shoes. Okay, and so for us, for the medics, for us, you have the V-neck. Okay, and so V-neck line, and of course pants and black leather shoes. Of course, not a canvas shoes, but a black leather shoes. And then wash day shirt during wash day, that is on Wednesdays. And please note down no striking hair color, no nail extensions, especially when we're doing your laboratory. And please, okay, and so during wash day or kapag pinag-civilian po tayo, do not wear short shorts, short skirts, crop tops that do not cover the belly areas, yung nagpapakita ng pusod as such. Okay, and so for your grooming and uniform. Okay, and your policy on vaping and smoking. Vaping and smoking in the university premises, they are prohibited. Okay, and so please note of that one. Also in Baguio, there is also what we call this a city ordinance prohibiting vaping and smoking in public places. Okay. Yes. Okay, and so for your vaping. Okay, and so please note, first offense, of course, paraphernalia is confiscated. The vape or the cigarette is confiscated. And censure, of course, with warning of suspension. Second offense, confiscation, and then suspension with warning of exclusion. And then, third offense, ginawa mo ulit, then exclusion na po. You will be excluded. Okay, and so by the way, before we move on, for your uniform and ID, okay, and so if you were caught na hindi naka-uniform or walang ID as such or naka-Crocs ka or naka-sneakers ka instead of a black leather shoes, I will issue you a blue form. The teacher will issue a blue form and the blue form, ipipresent niya po sa office, sa dean's office. And antayin mo po yung pink form na ibalik sa'yo ng dean's office, ng SA or the secretary. And then, ang gagawin mo po, sa pink form, ipepresent mo po siya sa akin. sa teacher. You need to present the pink form sa teacher. Okay, and so if the student or if you accumulated 3 violations, okay, then you will undergo community service. Okay, and so for this one, you will undergo community service. Okay, moving on for the classroom. Okay, classroom, please do not leave any trash inside the classroom. Okay, and so before you leave, you pick up pieces of paper or pieces of tissue, candy wrappers, or whatever, empty water bottles, and then you put it in the trash. Okay, and so yes, you endorse the classroom clean and organized. Again, okay, you endorse the classroom clean and organized. Okay, again, do not leave any trash inside the classroom. Here are just a few reminders. Please always write your name. Okay, please always write your name. Write your name on the sheet of intermediate pad kapag nag-quiz tayo or during assessments kapag nagbigay ako. Please always write your name. Okay, and in writing your names, you write your family name first, followed by your given names. Please, family name first, then your given name. Example, De La Cruz, Juan. De La Cruz, Juan. Ganun po. And then you come to class with blue or black permanent pen, blue or black, and a sheet of intermediate pad paper. Please, huwag po kayong hingi ng papel sa kaklase. And then when answering essay questions, you write the question first. The question should be written in red ink, and then followed by the answer. The answer should be in black ink and then red ink to write the reference if necessary. Okay, and so the question and the reference in red ink and then the answer in black ink. And yes, also erasures and superimpositions in this case, minus points po yun. And please, okay, and so wrong spelling is wrong also. Okay, and so for such. And please, if the teacher is giving instructions, please listen attentively. If the teacher is giving instructions, please listen attentively. Okay, and so please listen attentively para po maiwasan ang pag-uulit, ang tanong, ang pagtatanong ng mga ang pagtatanong ng mga unnecessary questions. Okay? And so please listen attentively. Okay, and so that is for your class orientation, for leveling of expectations and for yes, for the leveling of your expectations and for what to expect or a short orientation or a short overview about the course, I will give it to you during our face-to-face face-to-face meeting, first day of our classes. Okay, and so that is for your classroom orientation.